What's up? This is episode 11 of Impostor Syndrome, and I apologize that I have not been on in 2 weeks because I was stupid and I didn't get my guests scheduled right, and I'm too paranoid to do an episode myself. So, you missed 2 weeks. Sorry. Anyway, this is Adam Lim. Did I say?
Adam Lim,
Adam Lim,
yeah,
okay.
Lim, yeah, that's right.
What do you do?
What do I do? Oh wow, you're just gonna jump me right in there. What do I do? Well, I'm an actor, filmmaker, and a dad of 2 children.
Okay.
Which is challenging.
So that's why you traveled all this way, is because to get away from the kids.
Exactly. I look at this as a field trip for myself. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
No screaming babies.
No screaming babies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're not that young. I mean, the youngest one is she'll be turning 4 in a couple of weeks. So
That's still pretty young.
It's still pretty young.
You get young enough to be really annoying at some point.
Yeah. And she's a very vocal person. If she wants something, she'll really let you know.
So she'll be something when she's a teenager.
Yeah, I think so. She's already something right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Which Patrick talked about doing a show on me being the dad and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Because I share so many stories.
Yeah.
So this is my life now.
Yeah.
With my kids, basically. Yeah. Less of the acting and everything else, more about me being a family man, kind of stuff.
That's good. You could always write a series about that too.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about. But I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, well, if you can direct it and produce it, yeah, sure, I'll just act.
So you're pretty much focusing on just acting. And by the way, I'm just going to be periodically checking.
Do what you have to do. Yeah, make sure everything's okay. Sounds good.
Just
levels
go.
Good. Yeah, levels are good, right?
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Being a dad of 2 children and trying to be in the field and the acting is pretty tough. It's pretty tough. So
yeah.
I try to manage. I try to do some acting, but it basically gets put on the shelf, and it is what it is.
Do you have a day job, I assume?
So yeah, I have. Yeah. So to support myself, I'm a stay-at-home dad, but I also have time to do other things, and so I end up getting into film production. So I do have my own production company.
Oh, okay.
I am behind the camera on occasions, either directing or shooting. I started off with wedding videos.
Fun.
Wedding videos are good because they help me hone in on my
stealthiness.
Yes. Yeah, it's like guerrilla. It's like a guerrilla shoot. So you have to shoot fast and do it in a cinematic way too. But that's the whole thing, is to make it look good. So and I have to say, as long of a day weddings can be, but it's a good thing. It's part of the me going to filmmaking school, like being on these type of scenarios.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you go to any kind of filmmaking?
So no, I didn't go to filmmaking. No, this is stuff I learned just by being on set when I am on set. So I was one of the actors who would just I'm not just gonna. I'll talk, but I'm always looking at the director and the DP and even the crew, and I'm just studying them. I was just fascinated by just filmmaking. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been on a film set, but I think I'd be the same way.
Right?
I'm very into the technical stuff.
Yeah, I'm really into it, because I see some actors, they kind of just do their thing, and they're just, I don't know, maybe just on their phone, they're just talking whatever casual stuff, but if I'm talking, I want to learn something on set. So that's how I became it. And then it just grew. Because my wife's like, hey, look, you need to get a job. I'm like, oh yeah, right. So I said, okay. So I said, and I didn't want to. I came from a corporate environment, so I didn't want to go back to that sort of environment. So I got into photography, and photography then led into videography, and videography is well, that's related to filmmaking. So I like the fact. I have to say I'm very blessed to be able to act and also be a filmmaker at the same time, and be able to make money as a filmmaker. That's a tricky thing to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
What kind of black magic are you doing to?
I don't know. You know, I started off. I thought I was originally going to be going into like headshot photography, but then I felt like it was so saturated. Like there's so many headshot photographers out there, and to make actually a decent living, you would have to shoot a lot of people or charge a lot, but still you have to do a sizable amount of sessions. So I thought, well, video was relatively new, especially when the DSLR cameras came in the picture, because it kind of made the video thing a little bit more popular and more accessible. Yeah. And so it's like, and then I thought it was like, oh, it's related to filmmaking anyway. So I got into it, and I did to promote myself. I got into Craigslist.
Craigslist.
Yeah, that's how I used to hustle, like Craigslist. So I'd put my rate, hourly rate, and figure all these things, like how, and then one thing led to another, and
so Craigslist actually worked out.
that was back in 2010 when I got into it. 2011.
Okay, so that's when Craigslist was still more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know how Craigslist is now.
I think Facebook. Like the Facebook marketplace and Amazon,
right?
Kind of taken that.
Okay, so I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore, because now it's just word of mouth and repeat clientele. So that's a good thing for me.
Yeah, I've tried all those like Craigslist or Mandy.
Right.
I never got a single job.
No, it's hard. I don't.
You know, it is like in our industry, like it's not really that based on what you're capable of. It's more based on who you know. And like referrals from other friends. That's right.
Yeah, I believe so.
So
yes,
I feel like most directors have never actually listened to my music when they hire me. They just kind of hire me.
Well, I only know you because of Patrick.
Yeah, that's how I know most people.
Yeah. And then he's like, "Oh, you should check Mike's stuff out," and they did. So I'm kind of glad. We're kind of building that relationship, because now you're asking me for the podcast. I'm like, yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah, we met. What was it? It was that one.
Celia's party. Celia. I think it was her big birthday party.
Oh, it was one of hers?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Because I know I remember seeing you at the other thing with Patrick back at in last fall. But yeah, we probably met at one of Celia's parties.
I remember our first encounter was at Celia's party.
Okay.
Yes, I believe so. And I believe there's a photo out there somewhere on social media.
It's gotta be, yeah.
I think it was done black and white, because I'm a visual person, so I like those things, but yes.
Yeah, I met so many people at Celia's party.
Yeah, that was big, yeah. And when I was at Celia's party, that was like the first time in a long time I've seen Celia. Because I met Celia back at a student film years ago, when she was still a student, like a student.
Oh, shit.
And trying to be trying out the acting thing. So yeah, those were early years.
Yeah, because she was originally a graphic arts.
That's what I heard. Yeah. When I started to get to know her, that's what I found out. I'm like, wow, really? You were in graphics?
Yeah. Yeah, I only see her at like select events. Like when we started 2 weeks ago, that was the first time I've seen her in like a year. Yeah. It's like she's hard to. I'm trying to get her on here.
I mean, she's busy.
She's so freaking busy.
She's busy. She's tough. But she's booking work, so
yeah, she's. I mean, hats off to her. I wish I was as busy as she is.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Acting wise.
Well, yeah, not acting for me, but yeah. Although we're all three of us are working together. That's actually now.
Right.
I just met up with Palin on Saturday.
Are you kidding me?
So I'm going to be doing the bamboo film.
You are going to. Oh wow! Yeah. This is.
Yeah.
You waiting for this podcast to tell me this? That's great.
I guess I did. I didn't think.
That's great.
I thought I told you that.
I was gonna mention that. Oh yeah, then I worked on the film with Celia, but now you're working on. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, because
okay.
When Patrick was on here, he told me he said he was gonna get me in contact with Palin.
Right.
And then I've talked to her a little bit here and there in between, but we finally met up on Saturday. Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a cool score.
Yes.
Because for me, it's fun because I get to experiment with like Chinese instruments.
Right. Okay.
I've always wanted to do. I just haven't had the opportunity.
Okay.
So yeah. Oh. It's gonna be interesting.
Well, wow, that's great. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really curious to see how this film comes out. Turns out. So.
Have you seen any of it?
I haven't seen anything.
So I've seen it before you.
Oh, you've seen it?
I've seen the rough cut. She sent me the rough cut. So I'll show you the rough
Okay.
cut after.
I don't know. Am
before
I
you
allowed
leave.
to see? I mean,
I
I'm
don't
sure
know.
it's fine.
I would think so.
It's fine. It's okay, right?
I wouldn't see what the big deal is.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in it.
I'm in it. I think there was this one dolly shot that came in. Did you see? Was that put in there? I don't know.
Dolly shot.
They set up a shot where they kind of came. They kind of like closed in on me. But
I mean,
you know
there's
what?
a lot
It's
of
okay.
close-ups of you. I don't know.
Okay. Oh, that's
I don't really. I don't pay as much attention to that stuff. It's
Uh-huh.
gotta be. It's gotta really catch my eye for me to catch
Gotcha.
like
Alright,
camera
okay.
work.
Okay.
Like, yeah,
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
great, man.
yeah. It's funny how that worked out.
Yeah, I know. That's really cool.
You're perfectly cast.
Yes.
Because you fit the monk.
You really
look.
okay? That's so funny. I'm glad you meant. Yeah, because I didn't think I would be good. I'm like, look, I have the haircut for it, yes, but I just didn't
Maybe
think
not
I
the
would
facial
pass for
hair.
it. Yeah, but she actually let me keep it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, hey, do you want me to shave it off? Shave the beard, the scruff, and she's like, no, you can leave it. And I was joking around, peeling. I'm like, hey, can I get like a tattoo over here, stuff like that, just to make it my own. But yeah, once I put the costume on, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I was quite shocked, and it kind of got me thinking, and some other friends like, hey, maybe we could do a film where you're like this, this zombie monk, like a Shaolin monk zombie killer or something like that.
Okay, I'm down.
So, wow, that sounds fresh.
Well,
kinda
now
cool.
you're gonna get typecast as a monk.
I
though.
know. That's the thing.
Part of being bold.
That's the thing. Yeah. I mean, I've always joked around about playing a monk. I never thought I would actually play a monk.
Oh, he's wearing a hat.
Yes. Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is my.
There we go.
It's more this look. It's aerodynamic,
Well, that was. Did you ever watch the show Avatar,
Yeah.
the animated series?
I haven't really fully watched. I've
Okay.
seen bits and pieces. Yes.
Well, in the second series,
Yes.
the whole thing was like the airbenders.
Yes.
They were basically Buddhist monks, and
Yes.
they all shaved their head.
Yes.
And there was a whole joke in the one episode where they were recruiting all these new people, and the one guy, the leader, shaved the one guy's head.
Yes.
And the guy's like, "Do I really have to do this?" He's like, "No, but it's better." he's like, "You told me this after I shaved."
Yeah.
But then they do the whole thing later, and they show
Yeah.
like it was like that they could detect the air better. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, it's
Oh,
a
that's
TV
funny.
show,
Oh, that's funny. That's
Yeah.
funny. Oh, that is funny.
Now, it's
Yeah.
I don't know if in the Buddhist world if that's if there's any
I
real
don't know.
reason for it.
I don't know.
Maybe it's a
don't know.
vanity thing.
I have no idea. I have no idea. Maybe it's I don't know. That's a good one. That would be good to research to find out why. What's the reason to why they shave their hair off?
The only thing I can think of is vanity, like removing
Possibly, yeah.
removing yourself from.
Maybe there's a sense also
Stuff like
being pure or just like, right? I don't know. Maybe I don't know. That's a good one. Yeah, because not only do they shave their heads, but they don't have any facial hair.
No.
So it's about keeping it clean. So I'm guessing it has something to do with purity, or I don't know, or something of that sense.
That's what I would assume. I mean, the whole doctrine's about like forfeiting your earthly tethers and stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't know that much
Yeah.
about Buddhism. But.
Well, now that I'm gonna have to Google that later or research that later. I'm curious about that.
I mean, you figure we all kind of tie our personality so much into
To
our
the hair.
Yeah.
You know, I saw somebody. There was this actor. His name is June. I think it's June. But he posted something about because he just recently cut his hair because he had long hair, and then he had something about. I didn't get to read the article, but it was something about Native Americans, why they keep their hair long, and it has something to do connected with their soul. So if you cut your hair off, a part of your soul will just. I don't know. I have to read the article, but I guess that. So I guess I have no soul because I have no hair.
That's why movie
That's
villains
why.
are always bald.
That's why. Because they have no soul.
Exactly. But you know what's interesting about
Yes.
that too is apparently Native Americans. I don't know if this is true,
Right.
but from what I've heard, Native Americans don't go bald. They have like some better genetics than we do.
Maybe they do.
I don't know why.
Wow.
I feel like
Okay.
I've heard that. It could be complete pseudoscience, and I could be full of shit.
Right.
I'm just putting that caveat out
Right,
there.
right. But yeah, because I mean, based on the images that we're used to seeing, yeah, most every time they're sporting long hair.
I've never seen a
yeah.
Native American with a receding hairline.
No, I haven't either. Yeah.
So is that
Yes.
why you shave?
I shaved it because it was, well, you know, I got to a certain age where my hair was thinning, and I think it also I was just fussing too much, fixing the hair, and then when the kids came in the picture, I'm like, I can't do this. This is too much. So it was so free to be able to shave and actually like, oh wow, I don't look too bad in this with this look.
No, you got a good head.
I think so. Yeah, not too bad. It's a little pointy depending on the angle.
No, it
yeah,
works. It works.
I guess it kind of works.
I have a weird head, so
Yes.
and I know because I did shave it once.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, like back, yeah, because I shaved it a long time ago. The first time was back in college. It was like a college thing. I'm like, no, I can't do this. But I remember the feeling I had when I did shave because it felt so, I don't know, it felt so free.
Yeah.
You know? So, and not having to put all this product in my hair, because I used to put a lot of mousse and gel and hairspray. It was just, it caught up with me. So,
yeah.
So I kind of wish I didn't fuss so much with hair. It was such a thing for me back then.
There's some days where I consider it.
Right?
Because I have long hair, so I have to put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, that's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you use conditioner too.
Oh, yeah.
You have to, right? Because
Yeah.
it gets, right? So, yeah.
But the thing is, it takes so long for me to grow my hair because
Yes.
it's so thick
Yes.
that if I make a decision, I'm making a decision.
Yes.
Because this is it takes like 3 years for it to grow.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes. To that right to that length,
yeah.
right?
And then it stops. My hair does not grow any longer than this.
Oh, then it starts curling up.
I can't get it to go any longer.
That's
than
so
this.
weird,
I've been
really?
trying. Yep.
That's
So
funny. Okay.
I don't know. I can't win.
You can't win. Well, one day, if you want to, yeah.
Well, if I ever start going bald,
Yes.
I'm going all the
Maybe
way.
go all the way, right?
I'm not doing the horseshoe thing.
Yeah, I'm not. No, hell yeah. That's
Yeah.
where shave it. Now I don't like to shave it skin tight. Like I won't use a razor. I'll just go with the buzzer and keep it on the lowest setting and just do there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like that look. So I kind of want some steps, you know.
I would probably look skin tight if I did buzz it because it's blonde, so it just blend in.
Yes.
Like I can get away with not shaving for a
Right.
little while longer.
Have you tried to grow your beard like out to here? Because
No, I never was into that look
never
for me.
into that. No.
I mean,
okay.
maybe one day if I get
One
really.
day? Yeah.
Maybe if I get really down and out.
Yeah.
Just-
I tried to do it.
Yeah.
And I thought it would look cool. And then it started looking kind of weird. But then I started using like this beard balm
Yeah.
to kind of keep it in place, because it would just like kind of go everywhere for me. It would go
Yeah.
everywhere. So I would have to kind of. It was nice because it had like some type of mint oil in there, kind of made it feel fresh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people go. Some guys nowadays they go
Yes.
hardcore with
They
the
go-
beards.
Yeah, they do.
Like you that's another thing. Like
Yes.
this is manageable. I don't
Yeah,
have to.
That's
do
manageable. Yes.
I keep it trimmed. I don't have
Yes.
to do anything to it.
Yes.
I don't have to put any oil or anything.
Right.
Whereas once you start growing out, you start doing the oil because of that
Yeah.
same issue. So I'm like,
Yes.
oh,
No,
I already
no,
deal
no.
with this. So I don't feel like
No,
doing
that's
it.
good. That's good, and that's a good length too, because especially during the warm weather, like during the winter, it's nice to have. Like for me, it was nice to have some facial hair to keep my face warm.
Yeah.
Once I go clean shaven, it's like wow, that feels.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Whenever I accidentally shave off the
Right.
beard,
Yes.
that it feels so weird. My whole face feels so cold.
It's a different feel. Yeah, for sure. We're talking about facial hair and everything.
Yeah, this is
We just talk about.
this is a film podcast.
That's right.
But we gotta talk about the important stuff. Hair.
Yeah,
and
that's
beard.
right.
This is not stuff dudes usually talk about.
No,
so
that's
good.
true. That's
We're breaking
true.
barriers.
I know. We're gonna cover everything here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, well, let's get into the. So the whole idea of this podcast was to get into the nitty gritty of working in the entertainment.
Ah, yes.
So what what's your biggest I'm gonna rephrase this question from how I usually do.
Sure,
I usually ask what holds you back, but I'm gonna ask how do you hold yourself back in your career. So I think that gets to the heart of the issue I'm trying to get to.
I see. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Holding me back. Well, I mean, right now, because I am a father of 2 children, that's that's one reason why I kind of have to like not do it so much or so hardcore.
Yeah.
Because raising 2 children actually requires a good amount of time, especially with the way my wife and I are trying to raise them. So, we're not just gonna stick them by a TV. I mean, I'll do that sometimes, but we do want to spend some time actually raising them.
Yeah, that's
because
good.
we're I don't know, yeah, and that's okay for me. I mean, in the beginning, it was tough for me. I'll be honest with you, it was really difficult for me in the beginning because I felt that by having the kids, and this is at that time, that I had sabotaged myself.
Yeah.
Because I had built so much momentum as an actor, and then to have the kids in the picture, it just put things to almost a halt. And then when you have acting friends who are booking jobs and like, yeah, man, I just booked this, and it just man, I went into some depression there. It was tough, and social media didn't help at all at the time because this was like, me really kind of getting into social media, and when I got into it, it started feeding into the depression even more because you felt like you were left behind.
Yeah, FOMO.
Because everybody, it's a marketing thing too. With social media, it's like, oh man, I'm booking this, I'm doing this and that, and I'm here posting pictures of my kids, and I'm like, wow. I started getting really depressed, and it was bad, and I had to take care of that. So I don't play that game anymore. I try not to. Sometimes I do once in a while, but I realize it's just a bad thing to do. You don't need to do that. It's okay. You're gonna go at your own pace.
Yeah, you can't compare yourself.
Yeah, you can't.
But at the same time, we all say that, but like, it's easier said than done. We
Much
naturally compare ourselves.
Yeah, we do, and but you got to do it in a healthy way too. I think if you find a way to do it in a healthy manner, you can. I think you'll be all right. Yeah, and that's the tricky thing is how do you do that, right? How do you do that? So, as long as I feel like, and this is how I feel like I guess if you start setting goals for yourself, right? Monthly goals, and then maybe an annual goal, and then the long-term goal, and you feel like it kind of keeps you on track, so to speak.
Yeah.
But look, I've been doing this. Look, I quit my corporate job back in August of 2004.
Wow.
The fact that I can say I'm still an actor now is pretty damn good, I have to say. It's not where I would like to be at somewhere else, but I'm making small steps, and that's okay.
And you're still in the game.
I'm still in the game, and that's something to be grateful for too, by the way.
And the fact that you're not working a regular job.
Exactly.
Either.
Yeah.
Like I still am.
Are you still working on a regular job?
Yeah. One day.
Like a 9-to-5 kind of thing?
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't wait to get to that point where I can.
It's a scary thing,
Yes.
When I made that decision, and I was making pretty good money at the time, but I had no friends in the industry.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So that's where it was even scarier for me to even try to make that move to quit the job to pursue acting. All my friends were like, they all had good job, they had a good salary. Some even they got married and bought a home. And there I'm like, yeah, I like that too, but man, I've been always thinking about acting. Always been thinking about acting. I always put that to the side, and then at some point I developed courage and said, you know what, I'm just going to do it, and just saved up enough money so I didn't want to be the starving artist.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd give myself some padding, and actually when I left the job, that's when my life really started to happen.
Yeah.
Really, traveling, seeing the world. I had a lot more of these peaks, ups and downs, but that to me I felt like a person.
Yeah.
Well, when I had the corporate job, it was pretty steady. I had some couple high peaks, but then it pretty much flatlined, and that to me was like, there's got to be more to life than just working at this really nice job.
Yeah, some people are just not built for that corporate life.
they're not.
I'm definitely not.
Yeah, I I think a lot of creatives are not cut out for the corporate environment because you have to behave a certain way.
Yeah.
You can't. If you're angry at somebody, you can't just like go off on them.
Yeah.
HR is gonna call your ass in and say, hey, yo,
That's not my
Yeah.
problem, but my
Right.
problem would be like wearing a suit every day,
Yeah.
clean shaving every
you know,
day,
yeah.
going in there
Yeah.
doing the same thing
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah. Well, my previous job, I didn't have to wear a suit.
Yeah.
You could pretty much dress pretty like casual.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a little bit more, maybe a button down, but they're pretty casual.
Mm.
But I used to work in finance.
Really? And
I
they let
used to-
you
I used to-
casual?
No. There you had to wear like
Yeah.
a suit or a shirt with a tie, and I used to love that image. It was all about that image for me. At the
Really?
time I was working in finance, like, yeah, this is a cool job, man. It was like get to wear a nice watch and the tie and
Yeah.
and so forth. But that was just a facade thing. That's like,
Yeah.
I realized that wasn't me because the people that work in that type of environment, it's very different from the creatives.
Yeah, all that whole
Yeah, it's a different.
like
thing.
wearing a suit all the time, like
That's right.
a lot of it is it's showboating, it's presenting
Yeah,
a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle, and during the summer, it's not pleasant at all.
Yeah.
It's not pleasant at all. So, I mean, once in a while, I do miss wearing a nice suit. Kind of feels nice when you dress up. you
Some
know?
guys love it.
Yeah.
Some guys
Yeah.
will wear a suit no matter what.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
friend Mark, who I already had on here, he's always
Yes.
he's got this signature blue suit.
Oh,
on
does he?
all the time.
Oh, he's got this.
Yeah.
I just recently had. Yeah, I also have the signature blue suit. Yes.
Yeah.
as well.
His is like this like kind of like aquamarine color.
Aquamarine.
It's very-
He
it
went that
stands
direction.
out. But
Does
it's still classy, but it
Right.
stands out.
With his white shirt and brown shoes or brown.
I never
tan-
pay attention to his
okay,
shoes,
okay,
but yeah.
okay.
But it looks like you could still wear it at a business thing, but
Yeah,
it
no,
definitely stands out too.
Oh yeah.
I don't even own a suit. I probably should.
You know, when you get that red carpet opportunity, you know, when that movie gets it to that level, yeah,
I don't know. I
Maybe.
might be that guy that shows up like this.
possible.
With, yeah,
But if it was for the Oscars, I think you would dress up a little bit, right? I think that would be a good reason, though.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, does an Oscar really count for anything
I
anymore
don't
at this
know.
point?
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I know, right? Nowadays, right?
Yeah.
It'd be back then, it used to be a big deal for me. You know,
Yeah.
like, oh, when I become this great actor, getting the Oscars, like it'll be nice. But nowadays, it's I don't know.
It's
I
like
don't know.
it doesn't. I mean, it's easy for me to say this because I'm
Yes.
not anywhere near winning an Oscar.
Yes.
But, like it means absolutely nothing to me.
Mm.
Like
Mm.
to me, the whole thing about winning an Oscar, I
Yes.
don't have that fantasy because that fantasy involves me sitting in in that building
Yes.
for 5 hours watching people pat themselves on the back
Right.
and listening to terrible music, just like.
Right.
If I was at the Oscars and the camera came on me, I'd just be sitting there like
Would they be catching you doing that?
probably. Yeah. I'm not good with those things.
I mean, you never know. I mean, that's how you feel now. You may have a change of heart later on.
Maybe once I win.
Yeah. You know, it depends on your circle. You know, when you
Yeah.
start hanging out with a certain crowd, you may have a change of heart, and I too may have a change of heart as well too. Yes.
I also like I wouldn't want to have that like. I feel like winning an award like that could be a crutch.
Yeah.
Like
Could be. Yeah, because I mean, you know, for some of the talents who do win the Oscars, then things get quiet for some reason, right?
Yeah.
It's like they hit there, and then there's this thing where like there's silence for them, right? They don't book work. It's strange.
yeah, you can it could get to your head.
Yeah, it could be, or I don't know.
It's actually already kind of happened to me.
Has it?
So Love Express.
Yes.
You watched that recently.
It was a pretty big film. Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, that was my first film.
Yes.
And in one of the festivals that Patrick had submitted it to,
Yes.
I won a round of like best original score. Like they had
Yes.
multiple rounds, so I won one, and then I
Yes.
got to the finals. I didn't win the whole thing, but I
Okay.
got.
That's good.
But like, so like, obviously it's not close to winning an Oscar, but it's
Right.
still like, for a first film, getting that
I
kind of
know.
recognition. It's
That was
like,
your first film.
I could be like, okay.
That was your first film. And that was a very good film, by the way.
Yeah,
So,
I got lucky with that.
Yeah,
but at the
good,
same
yeah.
time, that was
Yeah.
6 years ago that I did that film.
Mhm.
At this point,
How did you come across this film? Was it through Kickstarter?
no, it was. I met Pat through. We used to be part of this website called Spill.com.
Spill.com. Okay.
Yeah, they don't exist anymore. It's a different site now. It's called
Mhm.
Double Toasted.
Mm-hmm.
But they did like movie reviews, like animated movie reviews.
Okay.
They're very funny.
Right.
The head guy came up here for a meetup one time,
Yes.
and so me and Patrick met there, and then the rest is history. So,
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
but
Okay.
yeah, so like
Yeah.
there was a thing where it's like, yeah, I had that success with that movie, but
Yes.
then like 6 years later, I'm still like not anywhere near where I'd like to
It's been
be
6 years,
with my
man.
career.
Yeah.
And so like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and it was funny, like, that night when we were talking recently
Yes.
at that screening,
Yes.
everybody was coming up to me afterwards, like,
Yes.
oh, you did great with that movie.
Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
time I was just thinking, I did that movie 6 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about it anymore.
Yeah. I know. You want to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, it actually was hitting me pretty bad. I was kind
Okay.
of getting that depression that you were talking
You
about.
were. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like, what? Like,
Yeah.
6 years later,
I know.
and this is the best thing I've done?
I
Like, what's
know.
going on here?
It's a hustle.
Yeah.
It's a constant hustle.
Yeah.
You got to keep at it.
Yeah.
And the networking definitely is, yeah, especially for your line of work.
Yeah.
Especially for your line of work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or in our line of work, it's networking for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because no one's gonna know. This is what I learned from my one acting studio. It's like at the end of the program, it's like whatever you do, don't stay at home because no one's gonna know who you are from home.
Yeah.
If anything, meet up with an actor, meet them up for coffee or something. Just get out.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna get, there are gonna be many times where you're gonna be at home, you may get depressed, and you just kind of have to like go out, meet people, do what you gotta do. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot
Yes.
more of that lately.
Yes.
Just going out.
Yes.
Because I'm naturally a homebody.
As well as I am.
Yeah. Especially
yeah.
as a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah. Well, being a stay-at-home dad, now you want like you. I've been hanging out with Patrick more.
Just trying to get away.
Because he's the only guy who will call me out, and if it's at night, I can do it because once the kids are asleep, I can kind of sneak out,
Yeah.
and just have a couple of beers or whatever,
Yeah.
and stuff, and just hang, you know. So yeah, it's a good thing. And then luckily I do live in the city, so it's convenient for me to kind of go out, and especially if they're gonna meet up in the city, because most of the meetups are in the city, so it's
Yeah, nobody has a problem with going into Manhattan.
Yeah.
Whereas here,
Here,
everybody's
Staten
like,
Island.
I was amazed that you wanted to come. It's
Yeah,
like
well,
most people don't want to take the trip.
I have family in Staten Island.
Oh,
I
really?
was thinking about, I may even do a surprise visit. They live in Lyman Avenue. I don't know if you know what that is.
You don't.
It's not too far away from the ferry as well. But
Okay, so it's in this general area.
But I always found like Staten Island is like an uncharted territory. Like I didn't really explore Staten Island. It's not much, right? So it's like,
There's like, I mean, it's all industrial stuff.
yeah, there's a lot around here.
Yeah. Especially down in the southern
Yes.
spot where I work.
So I'm looking at like, man, I want to shoot some photography or some type of video over here.
Yeah, you
There's
can
a
do
lot
that.
of interesting. Yeah, it's got a lot of interesting. Yeah, it's got a nice, interesting feel around here.
There's
yeah.
actually an interesting spot down that road.
Yes.
There's this hospital, and if you're coming down it from Bay Street,
Yes.
there's this other building that kind of looks like the White House in front of that hospital, and there's like construction going on.
Okay.
It looks really creepy,
Okay. Oh, love
but
it.
it's a cool look.
Oh, wow.
I'm all about the creepy
All
stuff.
right, let's do a haunted film after this. You
Yeah.
can score it right now. I'm gonna go film it with my iPhone.
Exactly.
It's gonna do a quick and dirty 1 minute.
That's how you do
There
it.
you go.
Quick and dirty.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's another thing. Because I don't do the acting that much, I'll collaborate with certain people just to do some creative projects, just to stay creative. You know, It doesn't have to be acting related, as long as it's related to film. So like if you say, hey, look, I got this little 1 minute soundtrack, and if you got some video images that kind of go with it, I'll be down for that too.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool.
Well, I have something coming up Me and my friend are writing. We're about to start writing a film.
You're writing? You're writing a film?
A little short film. Me and her previously did one a couple years ago.
Which you will share with me later after this podcast.
I'll see if I can. I'd have to put it together.
Okay.
Because she never released it officially.
Okay.
But yeah, that was an interesting one because it was an accident. I was just coming on as the composer, and then her writer backed out, and so me and her were just chatting, and then...
Is she an actress, or...?
No, she's a director.
She's the director?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that just kind of happened by accident. We were like, oh, we have a really good writing chemistry, and she came on the podcast, and we were like, you know, we should do this again.
Well, she's also on the podcast, too.
Yeah, she was my third guest.
I'll have to look for her. Yes, okay.
Yeah, Lee Milby.
Okay.
Really good. She does a lot of music videos and stuff.
That's great. Oh, that's...
But, so we're writing a film right now, so... I just started it the other day, so it's nowhere near.
No, it's good. Yeah. No, that's great. No, that's great, man. Yeah, that's really good.
It's fun to branch out.
Yeah, no. Yeah, because I started off as an actor, but sometimes you end up doing other things and things that you never thought you would be doing, and you're doing it just because you think it may lead somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, and then you grow as a filmmaker too, as well. Like I feel like I'm a little bit more well-rounded as an actor in the film industry because I know what it's like to be behind the camera more.
Yeah.
You know, so and I'm starting to appreciate everybody's role in making a film and so forth. So yeah.
I think as an actor you have to do something in that.
Yeah.
To a degree.
I mean, not a lot of actors put themselves in that position to do that because they don't think about it at the time, especially if you're, and then we're talking about film or TV, right? So, and it's very technical too, by the way, which for acting can be a little tricky. You know, it's like you're doing a scene and then, you know, it takes time to set up a shot, and this kind of may eat into the acting energy, you know, whatever you're depending on the scene. If it's a really deep scene and people having casual talks on set, it's actually kind of distracting. So it's a and then you may have to do a couple of takes on it, and it may not feel as fresh. Maybe on the second or third take, depending, or may even get better depending on the actor. Yeah, every actor is different. But yeah, it's.
That's the one thing I do kind of envy because with what I do, I'm here.
Yes.
I'm alone in a dark room.
I know.
So like, there's a part of me that's like, I kind of want to be on a film set just to, because like, there's stuff going on.
Right.
Whereas with this, I'm talking to the director. That's it. And, you know.
Oh, have you ever had the director come here with you to kind of work out the music, or
not yet?
Not really, or not yet. Or?
Pretty much every project I've done has been with people, especially when I used to live in New Jersey.
Yes,
it's always over Skype, where it's like you might meet in person for like lunch sometime, but like it's usually done over Skype and email.
Okay.
And I've only been living here since July. I haven't had anybody come over here.
Okay. Because I've always wondered what is it like for like Christopher Nolan when he works with Hans Zimmer? You know,
they have an interesting process.
They have right. You know, and I've seen a lot of the music that I listen to is actually all soundtracks. And when I came across Hans Zimmer, right? Zimmerman or Zimmer. It's like, wow, he's my guy. Like if I make it big, to me is when I'm in a film with his music.
Yeah.
In there. To me, that's like one of my dreams.
Oh, he's got a lot of ghostwriters, so you might want to put something that has his name on it. That's not actually him. He's got a lot of interns that work under him.
That makes sense, right? That would make sense.
That's how he started. He started out working under a guy, and then
that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. He's one of those. He's an interesting figure because in the film composing world, he gets a lot of shit.
He does, right?
Yeah, I actually am a big fan.
You are, right? Okay.
I'm kind of.
I would think.
I reject a lot of the hate that gets put on Hans Zimmer.
Okay.
Because I think a lot of the hate that goes his way
Yes.
is because of all the people that rip him off after he does something interesting. Because that's what it always is. He does something like Inception, where he has like this giant brass section.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, every movie after that, every movie trailer has this boom sound.
Right.
And people attribute it to him, but it's really he does one thing in one movie.
Right.
And then everybody rips it off, and then he gets the blame for it.
Wow.
And
Didn't
also,
know this. Yes. Didn't know this.
And also, he's not a classically trained guy. He's coming at it from a rock background.
He is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like his approach is a little more simplistic, and that there's a lot of that elitism too.
Right.
Among composers. So it's a shame.
It is a shame, though.
And there's probably a lot of jealousy because he's kind of the top dog right now.
I would say so, yeah. Especially if you don't come from that classical background and you got into this and then you're like this big shot.
Yeah.
Right? I can see that. Yeah. Okay.
That always happens.
That always happens, yeah.
I feel like with actors, it's Anne Hathaway is like that. For some reason, she gets a lot of.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I'm not a big fan of her. I know, there's some things I've seen that I like, but for the most part, not so much.
Really?
Yeah,
see, I don't know why. There's a lot of people that don't like Anne Hathaway.
There's something about her. I'm not gonna say it now. I don't know. I can't pinpoint it.
I've always been a fan, so if you ever want to come on the podcast, Anne Hathaway,
right,
please.
And if you want to work with me, I'll work with you too.
Well, you already talk shit, so now I can't.
It's a podcast, right?
Yeah.
Very dangerous to have me on podcasts. Yes.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So that how many films have you done, like, of your own directing?
Okay. Well, I mean, I've directed things like, if we're talking films or scenes, like, I dabble in it. So, but stuff that's actually on IMDb.
Is it mostly just acting?
It's mostly acting.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. So I consider myself like a actor, filmmaker. Because when I started getting into filmmaking, I realized how there's a lot.
Yeah. To
learn, to know, to be a good filmmaker.
Yeah.
So my thing I would like to work on is the writing part. That's my weak thing. So everything else, visual. If I get a script, for some reason, my mind just thinks of all the images, how this is all going to piece together. It's just for me. So a good script would those images start really flying in for some reason, much faster than the words. Because for me to write one page, it's so simple. Like, I think about, what if there was a camera watching me writing one page? It takes like 3 hours for me to write a page. Because what I'll do is I'll write something and then I'm like, no good. And I keep doing that,
No, I get that.
I think the one time that I actually did complete something, wrote something. I mean, I've written stuff, but they're not really good. They're good ideas, but they're ideas that need to be developed.
The execution's not there.
The execution's right there. Writing wise, yeah, for sure.
That's why I like working with that director.
Oh, yes.
Because she can execute, whereas I'm an idea man.
Yes.
So we kind of have the strengths that work up to it. So maybe that's all you need is a foil.
Yeah. I mean, I always feel like, well, if I'm maybe I don't need to write. Maybe I just come up with the ideas, have a good writing friend, which I'm always looking for writers who I feel like I can collaborate with.
Do you know Shannon?
No, I don't think I know Shannon. No, Shannon. Yeah, Shannon. Yes.
Talk to him then.
I talked to him.
There you go.
No, Shannon. Well, this is other guy I've been wanting to work with.
All right, so fuck Shannon.
But Shannon, him first, and then maybe Shannon second. I don't know. I feel like Shannon's got a lot on his plate now these days.
Yeah,
right?
he's got some stuff.
He's got stuff on his plate, so I guess I don't think about him first because I know.
Yeah, I won't talk about that anymore. He's got some stuff. Yeah, that's life.
That's life. What else? How did you get into this business? Because of all professions, Why this particular one?
So the interviewer, interviewee becomes the interviewer.
Yeah, because there are no rules, so now
That's right, there are no rules. This isn't really an interview.
Yes.
This is more of a conversation.
Yes.
I got into it from... It was a circular thing.
Yes.
I always had an ear for it. Like, I didn't recognize this till much later, but I always had an ear for it as a kid.
Yes.
Even before I didn't start playing guitar till I was 13.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, I had dabbled in piano. My parents made me play piano when I was 8, and I hated it.
Piano? Why did they start you off with piano?
You know what? They gave me the option of either piano or guitar because my dad played guitar and my mom played piano.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But me and my sister both decided to pick piano. And,
right.
It didn't last long.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Then, when I was 10, I took up drums. So did my sister.
Okay.
She was better at it than me. I just didn't have a natural talent there, and I have the type of personality that if I'm not naturally good at something, I'm not doing it. Especially as a 10-year-old kid.
Right,
so
right.
That kind of was a waste of an investment for my parents and getting the drum set.
Well, oh, and the drum set. Yeah. Wow.
But it's still there though. So whenever my sister gets a house, she's gonna take it and she's gonna hopefully get into it.
Oh, okay.
But then when I was 13, I started playing guitar because I thought it would get me girls.
Yes. Didn't work out.
Nah.
Okay.
But I got into metal.
Metal. Yes.
Tool fan. So I started getting into like Tool, Dream Theater, Within Temptation, Nightwish, Demon Borgir. These are all bands that like are very cinematic.
Yes.
They do a lot of concept albums. All their writing is very narrative, or there's a feel to it. They use a lot of orchestra, and so I really got into writing that style of metal.
Oh.
And that just kind of made me think, I should try film.
Yes.
And it just made me want to. It was a lot of people would hear my music and be like, "Oh, that sounds like film music."
Right, right.
And so it's like, oh.
Right.
And then I went back to my favorite video game of all time is Final Fantasy X.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. And that score is really the reason that I.
Wow.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy X.
Yeah. That's kind of like. That's the reason I'm a composer, and yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Met Patrick here again.
Did you go to school for this though?
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay.
I did. I went to community college that actually had a really good music program, surprisingly.
Okay.
And but I was poor.
Okay.
So I only took like a class a semester, and then my last semester I took multiple classes.
Right.
But ultimately, I dropped out because I just didn't want to have crazy student loan debt.
Yeah.
So I only wound up with $11,000 in student loans.
That's still good.
But I paid it off. I finished paying it off this last October.
Oh, that's great. Oh!
I'm done. I don't ever have to deal with student loans ever again.
Now you're rich.
No, I'm not.
Oh, but still.
I don't have to deal with student loans.
Just not having to have a debt. Yeah.
Exactly.
Is like it's lifting. Yes.
If you default on that.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, I defaulted mine for years.
Oh,
when I pursued acting, I couldn't do it. A few years I couldn't pay.
Oh.
I just couldn't. There's no way I would be able to. I think. So yeah, maybe my loans got paid off just like 5 years ago. Like it's bad.
You didn't get SWAT teams breaking down your door?
No.
That's happened before. The student loans. They're gangsters.
No, I mean, I don't know how. Yeah, I don't even know how I got away with it. I kept deferring it because you have to do it legit.
Oh, you were deferring it.
Yeah, I was deferring it. No,
Okay.
yeah. I was not like saying no. I can't. I'm not gonna pay.
Oh, okay. Because I was paying it. That's, yeah.
So because it got so bad for me where I had to defer it. Yeah, I couldn't keep up with the payments. Yeah.
Yeah, Sally Mae is it's like a drug cartel.
It is. I mean, I think they made a good amount with all the interest. Even though it's relatively low, but still over that amount of years, it took me to actually pay it off.
Oh. Yeah, at least you paid it off.
But then that just, for me, when I went to college, and I went to college for psychology, and, I ended up being there for so long, I double majored in anthropology, which I technically, by the way, I'm going to go on record, by the way, I technically did not get my diploma for that. because of some administrative stuff, paperwork. My papers got lost. So I've been thinking about going back into the school.
No.
It's not, at this point it's long gone.
No, why?
Whatever.
Most college degrees aren't worth shit anymore.
Not nowadays.
It's not.
Not nowadays. Like, does it matter now? I don't know. Depends on the field you go into. I mean, even so, I don't know anymore.
I can't recommend any
Yes.
kid go into college unless they're going into hard science.
Right.
Because
Right.
Otherwise, why?
Right.
You're going to be racking up debt, and that's a bubble that's going to explode anytime now.
I mean, the thing is, when I went to college, I went there because I didn't know what else to do, and you pretty much, my parents were like, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Or all my friends were like, yeah, we're going. You're good. It's like, what are you gonna do? I wasn't like, I don't know. I guess I'll just follow you guys.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do. You just do what everybody. I mean, for me, I just did what everybody else is doing. So
Same old story.
And I think that's the waste. That's where the money went out. But look, college for me, what I learned most was about socializing.
Yeah.
The socializing became, that came into the picture when I lived on a dorm. There's one thing when you go to college when you're like commuting, but it's a whole different thing, which is not exactly a good thing to live on a dorm, because then you start to party a lot. And so, my grades one semester went to shit where I was on probation. And that was my wake up call. After that, I'm like, okay, I gotta get the grades, I gotta study.
Yeah.
But I was so caught up with the socializing and partying it up, which was so new to me, being away from home, by the way, too, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm a homebody, so I don't need to go away from home. But then once you start making friends and having a good time,
yeah. See, I went to community college, so
yes.
I didn't have any of that.
You didn't have that, yeah.
I had friends there, but
yes.
I don't talk to any of them anymore.
Yeah. I didn't. Same here. I went to when I commuted, the first college I went to, I was just commuting, and I didn't really make any friends where I would hang out afterwards.
Yeah.
But living on the dorm, man, that was good and bad.
That's another thing. If you're going to college nowadays, if you're partying, you don't deserve that, because that is such an investment.
Yes, I know.
It's like,
I know.
If you're going to college nowadays, you got to be going.
You better be going there for a purpose. You want to do this. Maybe you spend 2 years taking, I don't know, what is it? Oh my God, I'm completely blanking out here.
Get your math and English.
Liberal arts stuff, right? That's what. Oh my God, I'm like, I was blanking out. You take your liberal arts courses and stuff, and then during that time you kind of figure out what it is you want to try to go into. But
I don't think you should go in unless you absolutely 100% know what you want to do.
Because it's going to be very costly.
Oh.
It's going to be costly. It's going to be costly.
Disgusting.
Not in a good way, because you could use that money to travel and experience that's part of my education. Actually, part of my life education was when I started to travel.
Okay. Yeah.
That's when I started to really grow and learn. Is when I started to travel and see how other parts of the world live, think and talk. Especially when you meet the people and hang with them and try to connect with them, because I didn't realize how American I was until I went and started traveling around.
Yeah. Where'd you go?
I mean, the first spot I started in Hong Kong. Okay. From there, I started to visit different parts of China. I went to Thailand. I went to Singapore, and then later on in life, I started visiting different parts of Europe, which is something always kind of like a dream, but it just worked out that way. I even had a job working in the Cayman Islands, of all things. That was a cool gig, by the way.
That sounds cool.
I have to say that's by far one of the coolest gigs as an actor to take on. You don't do acting for a while, but that was a nice gig.
Oh, so you were acting in the
I was
Cayman
acting,
Islands?
when you start, because when I became an actor, I started taking on different types of jobs.
Yeah.
So that was one of them.
So the traveling was from the acting?
Yeah.
Oh,
not because I was acting, but because I wanted to be an actor, and you need to find a job.
Yeah.
And then I found a job as being a project manager, so they'll send me out to the Cayman Islands. But I had to earn that one, because I had to work I did a good job in Sacramento. It's like, hey, you did a good job in Sacramento. We have a job in the Cayman Islands. You think you want to take take this job? I'm like, oh yeah, sure. That was nice. But it's nice because sometimes taking a break from the act, like for me, was a good thing. Because then you kind of have a fresh, when you come back, then you kind of have a nice fresh take on how you're going to go about the business.
I took a break for a little while too, where like I had this period past like 2 years where I was really like, I didn't know what was going on. It was like I'd been pursuing the film thing and it wasn't really working out. Yes. And then something happened 6 months ago, whereas it was a little rough patch. Right. And now things are really starting to pick up again. And I'm a little more focused. Yes. And it's working.
Yeah, that's good.
I just got that job with Palin.
There you go. See? Yeah. I mean, sometimes you need to take a break because I know some of my
hit hard. Yes. On your ass. You need to fall.
You need to fall. Yeah, maybe a few times, and that's how you get up. Yeah. I think I admire you for even creating a podcast because that's a nice creative way to kind of get back in and feel like you're doing something.
That's really the reason I did it because I was like, kind of what happened. I'm not going to get into the details of what happened, but like I hit a really really low, really really low. Yes. And I'm still kind of there. Okay. But
we're going to get you out. But yes.
What I realized was I hit this low and I didn't really have the infrastructure around me to pick myself back up. Like I had my family, but like we're all going through stuff on that end. Yes. There's only so much, and I didn't really have any close friends. Like I have friends, but like there's a distance. And so I realized I'd been isolating myself so much. I didn't have any kind of friend infrastructure. So that's why I started the podcast, was to build that up a little more. Yes. And it's actually working. I'm already getting work from this, and my relationships are getting much better. Yes. But
that's great.
Yeah.
No, it's a positive thing. Yeah. No. I'm all about the energy. So like the whole thing is like, we could have done this through Skype. True. Yeah. But I thought it'd be a nice idea to be physically in your space.
It's much better,
right?
Yeah.
And I think that's how the working, like when you're working with somebody, I think that's also a better thing to do, is to be working closely together physically. You know, and be and kind of use that electricity, that energy to kind of make cool things.
It was really refreshing the other day when I met with Palin.
Yes.
Because most directors I work with over Skype.
Yes.
I mean, now that I live close to the city, I can come in more.
That's right.
But she actually insisted on meeting in person. I was like, great. That's awesome.
No,
she came down.
I like that.
We met up.
I love that about her.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, she came over here?
Or not here. We met in the city.
In the city.
We met in
Okay.
Chinatown.
But at least to meet up physically in person. Yeah.
It made it so much better.
Yeah.
It was so much easier to discuss. Like she was able to talk to me about what she wanted in her film, and I was like, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Good.
And it was because we're in person.
Yes.
It makes a huge difference. Yeah. It's funny, even with Skype, like you're seeing the person. Though,
yes.
But it's still a little impersonal.
Yeah. I prefer this type of for sure. Yeah. For most of the people I like to work with, it makes sense to do it physically in person if you can. Yeah. Sometimes there's situations you can't do that, so that's where
you need to be able to read their body language. Yeah. And you can do that over Skype, but
the limitations, like
I noticed when you're on Skype, it always feels like the other person's got something else they need to do, and this is this is just like a blip. Yeah. Whereas like when you're meeting up, it's like you're making this commitment, like you drove all the way out here.
And speaking of that, see, that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to Skype from my home. Yeah. Because if I was Skyping from home, you may see my eyes wander and say, okay, I need to clean up this, I need to do this.
The kids might come in like, ah!
Now, if you're in an environment where it's like a workspace environment, you pretty much learn to like, okay, I'm on the Skype conference call. They may be more focused, but if they're Skyping from home, it's like back in college, like me trying to study in my room. That's a no-no. Like you should go to the library, go to some study lounge, but to be like here, like this is tough, right? Because this is your workspace, and also this is where you sleep as well, right?
Yeah.
So I always feel like if you get yourself in a situation where you have your separate workspace and a separate bedroom. Like keep things separate.
Yeah.
So, because I remember when I had, one of the things I missed working in the corporate environment was just getting dressed up, going to that workspace, and then when I quit the job and start being at home, like, oh, this is so cool, but I found myself being not so productive.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So just recently, I thought, man, you know what? If I'm really gonna write something, I really need to be in some type of workspace.
Yeah.
And so, first time I was at have you ever been at WeWorks before?
No.
It's great. Like it's great. It's a great works. I mean, it costs a lot of money.
What is it?
WeWorks. It's like you basically rent out office space or workspace for you to do whatever. Like there's this. They have this rate where you can just work in an open space, and you have unlimited like Wi-Fi and I think even coffee or even tap beer and stuff, which is great.
Interesting.
But that costs a lot of money. I mean, it costs money per month. But I felt like I want to write something. Like when I was in that environment, I felt like, yeah, I could see myself working. I have a nice space at home, but the problem is when I'm at home, I always think about chores I got to do.
And you have kids.
I have kids, and so if the place is not tidy, I don't know. My brain's like it doesn't function properly. When the space is clean, my mind opens up a little bit.
Yeah.
But not for too long. That's where I feel like I feel like this year I'm putting it out in the universe that I'm gonna need that space if I'm gonna work on that film that I need to write. So
there's also something about like the whole like going to a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah.
Like
And just being
go
around
to Panera Bread.
and also being around other people too.
It puts pressure on you. Because it's
In
like
a good way.
If you're in a crowd, if you're in a crowd, like there's people walking around, you feel like, oh, they'll see if I'm procrastinating.
Yes.
They're silently judging me for not writing.
You can't be like right exactly.
Yeah.
You can't be like right. That's true. That may be an option for you. I know there was a cheaper option. Oh man, I forgot what it was called, but it was a much cheaper option than WeWorks because WeWorks is like in the cities like $400 a month, I think.
Oh God, that's almost rent.
Yeah. So, but then there are much cheaper options where I'll get the name for you because
for me it wouldn't matter. Like with what I do.
But yeah, for what you do, yeah, you have.
I have to be.
You have
like,
to be here.
This isn't portable.
Yeah,
I mean, if I'm writing, if I'm
yeah.
writing a script or something like that, that's easy. I take my laptop.
Yeah.
Sometimes even going outside somewhere.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But yeah, with music, I have to be here.
Yeah, you have to.
One day I'd like to have a separate.
That's right. I always think like you're in editing, so if you're editing, you could just bring your laptop with you or whatever.
I mean, if I'm mixing... No, actually with mixing, it's not that portable either, because I have to bring the laptop and then the interface, so...
Oh, so you just need your laptop and this, but you don't need the keyboard, do you?
Not necessarily. I actually have, in my computer case, which is under my bed, I have a little mini keyboard.
You do?
Yeah, it's like this big.
Oh, okay. Right.
And I can plug that in with a USB, and it's not the same thing at all,
right?
Like, feel-wise, but it helps in a pinch.
Yeah.
Like if I have like a long train ride or something.
Yeah,
I'll do that
right.
Yeah.
Oh, you work with a PC too.
Yeah, no
That's
Macs
good.
for me.
No, same here. Same here. I
right.
refused. I mean, it's bad enough that I have an iPhone.
Oh.
I refused to go to Mac for
PC Master Race.
Yeah, same here.
But did you see the new thing the new Mac Pro that they're putting out?
No, I don't look at Mac Pro. I don't look at any Mac.
Well, I've just been seeing it because it's on everyone on social media.
Yes.
I mean, the specs are pretty. I mean, but it costs $6,000.
Yeah.
I mean,
so you know what you can do.
The
with
specs are pretty
6,000.
Incredible, but and then the monitor.
Yes.
Is I think $2,400.
Okay.
The monitor is $2,400. And then the stand for said monitor, $1,000 for a stand.
Just for a stand,
$1,000. So in total, you're looking at almost $10,000 to get the whole rig. Like
that's yeah.
People bow down to the cult of Apple.
Yeah. Yeah, I stopped looking at toys. I try not to look at toys that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I pretty much what I have right now, it's able to do what it's able to do.
Yeah.
As long as it works, that's it.
Yeah.
You know. And
yeah, I mean, there's limitations here with
Yes.
my rig, but it gets the job done.
It gets the job done. You know.
I'm eventually going to build one.
I think at some point, and that's how I start to grow, is that when there is a job that can justify a certain toy,
Yeah.
and you can find some type, and I always think about return on investment, because I used to be so caught up with toys that I find there are things that are in my closet that haven't been used.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, this is such a waste. It's such a waste. Like, so I'm trying to be not wasteful when I do buy things.
Yeah.
It's gotta serve a real purpose. It's gotta have, if it can serve two purposes, that'd be even better. And if there's like a return on investment, for sure.
That's kind of why I like
Sure.
having such a small space. I mean, this
Yes.
is economics that I have
Right.
such a small space.
Yes.
But I like that it limits me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't put a lot of toys in here because
Yes.
what everybody you're looking at, this is my room.
That's
This
right.
is-
Oh,
everything
this-
you see in
this-
frame is everything I live in. It's nothing.
See, I can touch the. I can touch the
Yes,
wall here.
it's like 8 by
Even the
8.
ceiling's right over here.
Yeah. So I can't fit a lot of toys. I have 4 guitars,
Look,
and this setup, and that's pretty much it. It's all I need.
I tell you, this reminds me of when because when I had a job, bigger space, I had so much stuff,
Yeah.
and then the lesson for me in life was that when I was running out of money, I had to give up all these things,
Yeah.
which was hard in the beginning for me
Yeah.
because I didn't know what the life of an artist would be like, of an actor. I would hear stories about it, but I would never knew I would ever. I was never. I didn't get to a point where I was homeless, but I lived in an environment similar to this. That I was like, wow, man, this is. Even going out for like, if a friend asked me to go out to at a restaurant, I'll be like, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah.
Like, it was so bad because most of my friends were like, they all had jobs, and yeah, they treated me.
And
but
they always
after a
want to go
while-
to an expensive restaurant.
yeah, and like I'll get depressed. Like it's like I appreciate it, but then I said I can't do this. This lifestyle, it was hard. It was hard for me at the time.
Yeah.
It was really hard. It was really hard.
Yeah, we got so caught up in lifestyle.
But then you start to learn. Well, I started to learn to live much more simple. Just not have so much stuff.
It's so freeing.
It's freeing. So I always say, like, if the acting didn't work, if my marriage didn't work out, I would joke around about it. Right?
Yeah.
Everything's all good now. But I've always wanted to put all my stuff in the backpack and just travel.
And as an actor, you can do that.
You can. You
Really,
can still
as
do
an
it.
actor, you
especially
don't
if
need
you're
anything.
single. Yeah.
as long as you have access to a shower,
Yeah, that's all you need.
That's all you need
That's
as
all
an
you
actor.
Yeah, and I'm an outdoorsy person, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So I have it in me to maybe, in another life I would have liked to have been the traveler.
Yeah.
Just I don't know, just even be by myself. And
Yeah.
just travel and just be and explore and have adventures.
I never had that drive
No,
to go out and travel too much,
same here.
but
Same here. I was never that guy either.
But there's part of me that's like,
Yeah.
I do like the idea of
Mhm.
being able to just like live in your car.
Yeah.
I unfortunately, because of what I do, I can't because I
Yes,
need to
yes.
have
No.
I need a certain minimum amount of
I
equipment
you too.
for what I do. So,
Yeah.
but
I mean, even if you went with a more compact setup,
this is as compact
this
as
is
it
pretty
gets.
compact.
Yeah. Like, I mean, maybe I don't need an 88 key. No,
Yeah,
you do need 88
it
keys.
It is nice to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is nice.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, this is as simple as it can get for what I do. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Nice.
One day, I mean, I still have a dream studio where it'd be like a full.
No, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. When I used to have before the kids came in the picture, I used to have my little workspace, and in my workspace I had an inspiration board.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Vision boards. Yeah.
So that space that you have in mind, like for me, I would take if there was something in an article or something, I would print out a picture. I would place it right there, so you wake up to that every day, because you basically you're saying that's it. I'm gonna have that. That's gonna be one day. That's gonna be in the picture. So it helps you as an artist, as a creative, to kind of shape to where you want to be. Because when I looked at Hans Zimmer's workspace, I'm like, wow,
his studio.
That's wow.
Yeah, he's got a.
That's a beautiful
The crazy thing is all those walls.
Yes.
Everything on that wall is a synthesizer.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's called modular synths.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's how they made synths back in the 80s.
Okay.
And that's where he comes from, is that world.
I would love to visit that space.
Yeah.
You know, I'm an actor, but it's crazy. The filmmaker in me is like, no, I would love to work with,
It's funny though,
yes,
like that kind of stuff.
Yes.
To me, like, gives me a panic attack. All those options. I don't like that.
Too many options, yeah.
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 I mean, I have a lot of options.
Right.
But even still, sometimes it feels like it's too much.
Right.
But that's why I stick with. I don't have any hardware.
Yeah.
Like really, like more than necessary. Everything's in the computer.
Yes.
Everything that I do is completely like it's all about efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's got to be just click drag, as easy as it can be because I don't want to fuss with wires and troubleshooting.
Right. How about monitors? I think you would need a nice set of monitors, right?
Maybe one day I'll get a third monitor.
A third monitor? Okay.
Convenient, but like this is the 2 monitor setup works fine.
Okay. Where are your monitors, by the way?
Oh, you're talking about.
Oh no, I meant the speaker monitor.
I don't have speakers because
yes.
Mainly because you can see the space I work in.
Yeah.
Also, I live with people.
Oh, how many people live here?
5.
There's 5 people.
Yeah.
5 in addition to you.
No, 4.
Oh, you're 4. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm 5.
You're 5.
Actually, there's a studio downstairs where the guy is a hip hop producer.
No kidding. Okay.
But that's in the basement.
Right.
So,
like,
I also don't really have a lot of room, and the big thing with monitors.
Yes.
If you don't have a properly acoustically treated room, having studio monitors means nothing. So you're technically, according to audio professionals, not supposed to mix on headphones.
Right.
But I say fuck that. I've been mixing audio on headphones forever. These are decent $100 headphones.
Right.
And they get the job done. And as long as your ears are trained to it, you can get good results.
Okay.
It's all about your.
These are good monitor.
These are great.
I'm looking for a good monitor headphones.
Those are professional grade. They cost $100. And they work just fine. Don't buy Beats.
Okay.
Don't ever buy Beats.
What about the Sony ones? The one that it's got a little metal there. I'm
not going to speak on them because I've never used them.
Oh, okay.
So I always say like anything that's like in this range, like the $100. These are Sennheiser HD 280 Pros. Mm-hmm. If anybody listening wants a good recommendation on headphones,
right?
But yeah, anything that's like a studio, like that's labeled like a studio headset, like around $100-$150. That's all you need. Mm-hmm. Like you don't want to go too much lower than that.
Yes.
But you don't need to go higher than that unless you're doing noise canceling.
Okay.
Because it's especially like those Beats headphones.
Yeah.
They're such a waste of money.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. You're paying for the name.
I know. I had a couple. They broke on me. Plastic's so bad.
Oh really?
It's awful.
And the sound isn't really as good.
It's not that great either. No.
It's what they do is they hype the lows and the highs and they cut them as it's a common audio trick.
Okay.
And it tricks you into making things into thinking things sound better. Mm-hmm. What you actually want is what these are is flat response or relatively flat response.
I see.
Where it's the same signal, no matter what. And because you're getting a truer.
Okay.
Idea of what you're hearing.
Well, that's good to know. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because it might sound great here, but then when you take it out to your car or on earbuds, it sounds like shit. That's because you're getting deceived.
Yes.
So that's why it's good to learn what your headphones sound like. You train your ears. And that's why you don't want to have monitors in an untreated room. Just for that same reason, because it might sound there's reflections.
Right.
We're getting too into this stuff.
Yeah, we are. I mean,
a little too into the nerdy.
I know.
I could talk on this a little bit.
Yeah, same here. Or listen to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, if you're looking to, like, what you're looking for this for filmmaking?
Yeah,
purposes?
because I know when I'm on the field, I'm not really using good monitor headphones when I'm out there listening to the audio.
Yeah.
when I'm like, if there's a monitor I'm working with, but I want to hear hear what's going. Yeah.
In that case, you might want to shell out a little more and get something noise canceling.
Really?
But
It's
like
a whole-
these cover up a lot. But if you're outside,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I mean,
I don't really know that world.
I guess the situations I'm gonna be indoors, so I'm not looking for a noise canceling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, then these would just
I
do
think
you
those
fine.
are good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like let's say if I'm doing interviews and I want to make sure that the audio is going well, rather than use like let's say iPhone headphones, whatever,
Yeah.
regular, I want something a little better than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they can also take a beating too, because I'm always moving around, so I need this equipment to be able to take a good beating. That looks like it can kind of take it.
Yeah, I mean, I've never
Like,
tested
this is-
that.
this is good for
They're
home.
pretty robust. They're
Yeah.
pretty robust.
Yeah, but-
I noticed I had an old pair, which I actually keep there, is for if I have a singer come in or something.
Yes.
This part on the old one
Yes.
got very shredded up.
Mm.
But other than that, and I changed the cups out on the other one.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I had to after a while.
Yeah,
They
because
just-
these things are gonna flake after a while.
Well, it's not so much.
No?
Actually, they're fine with flaking. I
Okay.
never had a problem with that.
Yes.
It was more that they just get compressed after a while.
Ah, I see. I
So,
see.
and that changes the audio. When the flatter they are, it actually
I didn't
messes
know
it
that.
up. Yeah, because
I
I
didn't know
had the old
That
pair.
makes sense, though. Yeah.
I changed the cups, and I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
it changed completely
Oh,
with the
that makes
sound.
sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think we've kind of,
I think we covered everything.
for the most part,
I think so.
we've kind of. I mean, when you get to the point where you're talking about gear,
Yeah,
we've
I know.
kind of exhausted
I know.
it.
This is another show now. It's like,
Yeah, I'm actually not really a gear guy.
oh, okay.
Like,
yeah.
I'm into gear as much as I need to be
Right.
to get done what I need to get done. But like,
Right.
some guys are really into guitar amps and
Okay.
all that. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't get to it. So tell people where to find you.
Yeah, you can find me on a couple of websites. The acting website is www.adamlim.com with an M, like as in Mary. Then my production company is www.navajoproductions with an S.com.
Navajo Productions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll put that all in the show notes.
Oh, good. Great. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks, Mike, for having me.
That's episode 11. Goodbye.
That's a good number. 11.
Yeah.
11.